All right, it's your boy O from Community here with Let's Be Real podcast. Let's get it. Diamonds in the chat.
So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I wanted to first tell you that I'm a big fan of yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I wanted to let you know that first. I wanted to leave with flowers.
You know, I've never heard that before.
Yes.
That's new to me, so
Yes,
I appreciate that.
I'm a fan, I'm a supporter, and I like to do my research on people.
Okay.
I don't just invite any and everybody here.
Right.
I don't care who is backing in, what platform or nothing. I like to look at the person for myself. And seeing that you're a father,
Yes.
you know, a dedicated father,
Yeah.
a committed father, a consistent.
Dedicated, as King was saying.
All right now, all right. You know, and in our community, that's very much so needed.
Oh, yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
that was something where I was like, oh, okay, all right. You know, and the fact that you're still true to yourself. It's not a mask, it's not a game. You're like, I'm here.
Always.
I'm just being me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's for those that know themselves, it's easy to see. But for people that may not know, that may need to see a bit more of you, what are some things that you want people to know?
You know, people like to crash out, so they think I'm angry all the time, which I'm not. I'm easygoing, I'm laid back, you know. I like to have fun. I'm just a regular dude from off the block, you know. I just, you know, I stand on business. I take care of my business, you know, I take care of my responsibilities. And that's all. Yeah.
You just said a lot though. You said a lot. You're talking about being a man.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
First and foremost, you know.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's amazing when you can get paid to do something you love, and especially when you're getting paid to be yourself.
Right.
So what is your passion when it comes to sports?
Oh man, I love sports. That, you know, I've been into football, basketball since I was pretty much walking, learning how to walk. So it's everything. It taught me everything, you know. That's what brings friends together. That's what brings lifelong friendships, you know, camaraderie, you know, life lessons come from sports, you know. Coaches, you know, coaches is some pillars in a community that a lot of people, you know, don't realize, and they don't really get credit like that. But shout out to all the coaches out there. But yeah, you know, sports is everything. It's a big part of life, you know. It's just not the entertainment aspect of it, you know, just everything behind the scenes and the life lessons that it teaches.
And when I hear you talk about that on top of, you know, and you know, social media is curated, you know, you put on there what you want people to see.
Right.
You know, so the fact that you chose to put on there that you are a dad, that you love sports, you know, that you're married,
I'm married.
you know, and on top of that, you're able to go in the community and you with your partners.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's like, this is me, this is what I'm doing, you know, and it's showing when I was sitting here listening to you talk about sports, you're talking about the heart and the spirit of the person, you know, because a lot of the times, like about me, when I was in sports when I was younger, and my mother had me young, you know, so a lot of those coaches stepped in. I wouldn't say it as parents, because I already have my own parents, but they stepped in and still had that same amount of influence.
Right.
So I think that sports teaches exactly what you said. I would just also add, it's all of us having a common goal.
Yeah.
No matter what happened, we want to win.
Right.
You know, and we may bump heads at times. We may not see eye to eye. I may can't stand you sometimes. But we got that underlying goal.
That's right.
And then that goes back to standing on business.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it all comes full circle when it comes to sports, because sports can also be like therapy.
That too.
You know, and you're pushing your body and your mind to different places if you're good at it.
Right.
You know, I mean, you just sit on the bench. I mean, it's a different experience.
You just there to be there.
But you're still on the team.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's a difference between sitting on the bench and being a starter.
Yeah.
It takes different discipline that going with that.
Right.
You're gonna be doing what? Eating different. exercising different, using your time different, goes to being a father. Certain places you don't even want to go because you're a father.
Yeah.
Certain things you won't even entertain because you're a father.
That's right.
So that also leads me back to when you were talking about, the crash out or whatever. When I watched that episode, right? Let's talk about it.
Okay,
So you were sitting back there in the back, and you know, AD was sitting in the front, but you know, everybody, you know, and you was just sitting in the back, and you was real calm. Then that leg started moving a little bit, and I was like, he getting ready to say something. And everything that you were saying, if a person really doesn't understand the culture of really having friends that you value like family, they would miss the part of you pretty much just saying, we don't play that over here about ours.
Right.
That's not what we're doing.
Right.
You want to go play somewhere, just not here. Because I really don't want to have to show you who the architect of this shit. Pretty much.
My sentiments exactly.
Like, pretty much. You know, but for the people that are laughing and like, yeah, crash out, crash out. No, we don't want to crash out because when you really talking to a real one,
that's exactly.
This isn't for entertainment.
I'm glad you seen it like that.
You know, that's how I seen it. I was like, somebody gonna have to cool this down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because being in this world of content, social media has birthed a lot of cowards.
Yeah, a lot of trolls.
And people thinking they will never have to stand on this. They will never have to be held accountable for what they're saying and doing online.
Right.
Or you see them in person and it's not even the same energy of what they was doing on there. Now you look like
a bully.
because you being who you are.
Right.
So I wanted to ask you, was that something that was a bit of a concern to you stepping into this business?
Yeah, because, you know, it makes me look crazy. It makes me look like I'm not about business. I'm a bad guy because, you know, we can potentially lose sponsors with me crashing out like that. But all I'm doing is trying to send a message is, hey, these my boys over here. I'm saying, I don't care what you do over there. I don't care who else you talk about. But I'm not going to go for it over here. And I'm glad that you interpreted it the way you did because a lot of people didn't. You know, now, I'm not saying I'm about to go out there and hurt nobody, but if it comes down to it, it can happen.
If you felt your life was threatened.
You're right. If I feel like my life was threatened, or AD life, you know, that's my little bro. So, you know, being in this space now, him and Pun have to coach me a lot, you know, because AD just kind of threw me in, and I wasn't ready for it. He didn't really prepare me for all the trolls, you know, the backlash you get, you know. And I take it hard now, you know, it's been 10 months now, so now I'm getting used to it. I take it hard now, and some stuff, you know, I might have time today, and I might respond. A lot of stuff I wouldn't respond to, you know, because I know what they're doing. I know the angles now, so.
Why would you say that you didn't think you was ready for it, but it comes so natural to you?
Because it started off with just an invite to come check it out. And then, you know, one episode, AD loved it, 2 episodes, and kept telling me to come on back. And, you know, 2 episodes turned into 10 months now. Now, I'm a regular on Thursdays on Community.
I think it's amazing when you surround yourself with people that can see the potential in you.
Right.
And they also help you elevate in different ways. And they still allow themselves to be teachable for you to be able to pour into them too.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what you guys have.
Yeah.
You know?
It's each one teach one.
For real. For real. So when it comes to sports, which is your favorite?
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was more of a basketball player.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was surprised you said football.
Yeah, coming up, I was more of a basketball player, but then I had that heartbreak in high school where my basketball coach didn't let me play my final year, so then I went and played football. Then I went to, you know, community college for a little bit and played. And, you know, that was that. But then, you know, I was good at both. I just didn't know which one I was better in at, because not to toot my own horn, but I was a dog in both of them.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I was a dog in both of them. So it was, and you know, when you playing basketball, they train it for football. So, and then when you end football season, they train it for basketball, and then basketball season started. The coach that I had didn't like the two sport athlete thing, so I had to pick one my last year.
Wow.
After being there, 4 years, so it was kind of hard. So after after I went to college, I had my first kid, and I dedicated to being a parent more than being an athlete. So after that, I started pouring in my time with the youth and started coaching the youth up. Yeah.
Wow. So do your children like sports?
My son, my oldest daughter, she did when she was younger, and then she became a girl, so she doesn't like it no more. She doesn't entertain it. But my son, he's all American athlete.
That's amazing.
In baseball, track, and football.
That's amazing. So I knew that, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you that because what I did not know was your story concerning what happened with basketball and football.
Mm-hmm.
And you stood the test of time, and you're still standing, right?
Yeah.
And with you doing that and making that decision, God came back around and blessed you, because look at your son.
Right. And
That's amazing.
Right. And a lot of people are like, you trying to live your dreams through him? Nah, this is what he loves.
Yeah.
Right? And it's in his genetics. Me, my brother, my nephew, we all played the same position. We all played quarterback. We always good. We always All-American. Now it's his turn.
Have you considered going to different schools and speaking to the youth?
Schools, not so much, but I got a friend from the neighborhood who started a mentorship where he goes and he do speaking engagement, and also OG Suicide is one of them too.
Really?
And it's called Project Flow, which was named after my late brother. So he just want me to take one day out of my busy schedule to come in and talk to to the people, which I'm open to. I'll talk to schools too if that's what they want.
I think that would be great.
Yeah.
That would really be great.
Yeah, I love talking to the youth too, because you've been there before, and you know all the stuff that they're gonna see coming up, and you want to kind of prepare them for it. Everything is all funny games when you're a kid, but when you out of high school and it's real life, and you gotta start making money for yourself. You gotta start feeding yourself. It's like you looking out for self now. Nobody's looking out for you. Ain't no baby no more. Ain't no handouts. You gotta go out there and get it your own. So yeah, I love to talk to the youth, because it's a lot to teach them that the schools ain't gonna tell them.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't teach them a lot.
They can't.
Mm-hmm. They can't teach them experience.
All right.
So a lot of the time, sports and music go together.
Right.
So what would you say is similar to basketball on music when it comes to you?
The song?
Mm-hmm. Which genre of music?
Oh, of course, hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, hip hop. Like when you see highlight reels and they playing the music, oh man, that just gets you pumped up.
Yeah.
That, and then of course, football. You see everybody coming out the locker room dancing nowadays. Got the big boom box. Yeah, of course, hip hop runs the world.
So what are you listening to right now?
Right now,
Yes.
I was just listening to my boy TF.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, high power. Yeah.
Power Up.
Okay.
Yeah, that and then Bell as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm listening to right now.
What's your favorite song off this new project?
So I like De Leon, even though it's just like a interlude.
Why was that not the whole song? Why did he do that?
Right. And I'm like, man, I was pumping iron to it the other day, and I'm like, man, this is hard. I'm like, why you didn't make this the whole song?
Yeah.
But that, and then what's the name? I want to say it's Power Up. It's Power Up, and then there's one other song after that. I'm bad with titles.
Me too.
Yeah.
I just know, like, if there's someone featured, I'm like, the one with Hassel.
Yeah.
Or this one.
Yeah. One with Ab for sure. And It was another one. I want to say. Oh, on the floor. On the floor. On the
Yeah.
floor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, one episode, he was on the pod, and Plum was just like, man, the beauty and the growth. He was like, once you, he said, I don't care if it's from your phone. He said, go live from your phone. He said, you're going to appreciate, you know what I'm saying, baby steps. And, you know what I'm saying, that played in my head all night on the way home. I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna go do it. You know what I'm saying? I get the camera, the computer, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But right now, they were just waiting for me to do something. You know, T-Rail was like, that's all I was waiting for. He was like, to see you do it on your own, and I'm gonna give you a little exclusive later on.
All right.
But he said that's all I was waiting for was you to get it on your own. He said that's what made me know that you're serious about this. So,
Yeah.
here to stay now. Something from here.
I heard that. So when I was watching, you know, the different episodes on streaming, you know, and I would see you on there, I wouldn't say like, because a lot of the times people would be like, oh, the growth this, the growth that. I would just say you started to come out of your shell more.
Yeah.
You know, it was watching and interacting. You're starting to do more of that, whereas just kind of sit back and I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing that, yeah. Or I know something about this, I feel confident about that, I'm gonna talk about that. Where it's like now you're able to do both.
Right.
And it's just this interchangeably, you know, and I'm just like, oh my God, all right there.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm one of the people that if I don't know about it, I'm gonna shut up, sit back, and I'm gonna, you know, learn. I'm gonna listen, you know, because I let you elaborate, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do my homework on it later on. So that's the type of person I am. But if I know about it, I'm gonna talk about it.
Yes. And you know about sports.
Yeah, I do.
You know about that with your eyes closed, you can be half asleep. I mean, I watched the first, when you were on there speaking, you had went live on there talking about, you know, doing the pregame, talking about a game. Then you talked about a game after the fact. And I'm like, he sounds like he needs to be out there telling them which plays to run.
Oh, yeah.
Like, easy.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, this, and this. And then you'll say something that's gonna happen, and it'll turn around and happen.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like,
that's when you play it so long, and then I've been coaching since I was 19.
oh,
I just stopped coaching at 34 before the pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won back-to-back Super Bowls with my son.
Wow.
Yeah, so you know, making up plays, drawing up plays, using your personnel, you know, trying to fit, you know, and then kids, they all the same size. You know, you got kids who not skilled, you got kids that are skilled, but you gotta find somewhere for this kid to play. He's not too big, so you can't have him on the line. He's not skilled enough to be a wide receiver or throw the ball. You have to put him somewhere. So just making adjustments. Everything is about adjustments in football. So yeah, that's all it is, and it's years of it. You know, years of watching it, years of playing it, years of coaching it. That's it.
Yes, and it goes back to what you were saying when you were saying that sports is life.
Yeah.
Because everything that you just said, you're using that now.
Yeah.
You know, well, you've been using it.
Right.
But you're using it more so now in a different arena. You're using it on the street. You're using it on your YouTube channel.
Right.
And I know that's only the beginning. You're going to keep on going. You're going to keep on growing. And you're doing it in a strategic way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's
I appreciate you watching.
That's amazing. I pay attention.
Yeah, because no one ever analyzed me and tell me about it. So it's just, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
For real.
I pay attention. I'm a student of this.
Yeah.
I really am. And I believe in myself. So I know what it looks like when somebody believes in themselves. I know what it looks like when somebody takes themselves serious.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that my great grandmother will always tell me is ministry starts at home. And you take being a husband serious, you take being a father serious, you take being a friend serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So everything that you do is gonna line up, and it's gonna just keep going up for you, and that's amazing.
Appreciate it.
So, what do you see happening the rest of the year? We only got a few little stanky little weeks left.
You know, I just tweeted last night. It's crazy how this year went, because it went by so fast.
Yeah.
You know, year started, I'm on Community, just, you know, as a special guest. And now I'm a co-host, And then I ended up starting my own YouTube. My following got bigger. And this is the exclusive. Me and T-Rail coming out with a sports show this week.
Amazing!
Starting this week.
Congratulations!
Yeah,
That's awesome!
Yeah, so y'all tune into that. But yeah, I feel like it's only getting bigger and bigger.
That's amazing.
Even though that the year's closing out, we still got big things to come with big millions.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what plans and goals do you have for yourself and your brand for the next 5 years?
You know, for every athlete, every artist, you know, every actor, whatever field you're in, whatever you want to promote, you gotta come see us.
So since I have all of this knowledge sitting here right now, what is going on with Russell Wilson? Because I'm not understanding. I'm gonna give my little 2 cents first toward the bill, then I'm gonna let you go with it because I know you're gonna.
Okay.
Okay. So he was with the Seahawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thought he was so great because he had a great team around him and made him look great.
Right.
And he goes to get all this money to go over to the Broncos, and now that team isn't as great around him, and he's looking a bit exposed.
Yeah.
So that's just my 2 cents.
And that's exactly what it is. You know, he went from having a team that was built from the ground up through the drafts, through the years. You know, they came up together, they worked hard, fought together. Now, you the old head with a bunch of young bucks. So you up here, they not quite up here. They don't have the same coaching that you had with Pete Carroll, who's been coaching 50 years. And that is age too. You know, he's not the same Russell, which I don't think he's that bad. It's just the team. Like this year is way better than last year. Last year he played bad. This year he has Sean Payton, which is the offensive guru. He's looking better, but it's the team now. He can't play defense. He can score you 30 points, but y'all losing by 5 points. Y'all losing by a touchdown. So I don't think he's that bad this season, but I just think it's the team. You know, it's the team, and now there's rumors that they're gonna be getting rid of all the cornerstone players just to rebuild for the future. Yeah.
So I have to ask, what do you think's going on with the Lakers?
It's the front office, for sure. The front office, but you know, it's a lot of pressure here.
Yes.
It's LA.
What's happening with my Steelers? That's my team.
It's Matt Canada. Y'all gotta get him out of there. Them some elementary written up plays over there. for all the
Wait a minute, hold on. That's my team.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's the players. The players is not bad, but
right.
you gotta, like I said, it's all about personnel adjustment, and he's just not getting it. And I think Mike Tomlin is too loyal to him.
Yes.
And don't want to let him go, but you know, you got to. But it's like, if I let him go now, who's next up to call plays and run the offense? Yeah, so it's gonna stink for y'all a little bit this season, but next season, you know, if I'm him, I'm looking for somebody else to replace him.
I want to see it. So I wanted to thank you so much for coming and sharing your time with me on my platform.
I appreciate you for having me.
Anyone that wants to reach you, how can they find you?
My Instagram is Hola Jovito. That's H0LA, H0VIT0. Same for my Twitter. My YouTube is Community Hold, at Community Hold. What else? Facebook, James Hofer. Yeah, be on the lookout. Numbers on the board. It's a new show.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You're very trademark.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But thank you so much. And that concludes our episode with the Let's Be Real podcast with Hov. Diamonds in the chat.